So after you import the train rails content into your project, there will be a train rails folder in your content folder. Open that up, and in the BP folder, drag in a BP train rails, and I'm going to use the one with the gravel bed. That's in my scene, and you'll notice there's a little dot coming out. That is part of the spline system. We can drag that spline point out, right click it, and duplicate spline point, make a few more. Alright, so now if we want this to loop and be one continuous railroad loop instead of a track with a beginning and an end, we go to the details for this rail, click on the spline component, and click closed loop. So now we have a little circle here. If we press play, you'll notice there is a railroad track. It has a gravel base. It is going around following our spline path. Now we want to train on that railroad. So let's drag in BP train. And you'll notice it starts with some placeholder meshes. So that's very easy to change. On the details panel on the right, we'll set the engine type to BP engine car realistic and the car type to BP boxcar realistic. And then under the rails category, we'll set the rails variable to this new rail we've created. I'm going to call this the demo rails, just to distinguish it from other rails in the scene. So back on our train, set the rails to the demo rails, and now the train is on the rails. We can also set the speed. It defaults to 500, and tell the train whether or not to loop. We do want it to loop. And with that, go ahead and press play. With that, we have our train running along the track. I recommend not making your turns very sharp. It looks kind of unrealistic when the train goes around a very sharp turn. But that's all it takes. You've got a train up and running. We can also make the train move faster, and when it moves faster, it also sounds faster. Sound is also affected by the speed of the train. So, if I take the train and set the desired speed under the movement category up to, say, 3000, now when the train moves, it will move faster and sound faster.